Mm-mm. But brother Boss, how you doing today, man?
Oh, what's up, man? I'm already in here, bro. Damn, that was fast.
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah,
know,
what's going on, man?
man. You listen, man. When you ask, you shall receive. You said you wanted to get a seat. You already got a seat at the table,
Yeah,
brother.
yeah. I was sitting here working, so I was like, I see my brothers working, so obviously I come in here and sit down with you guys for a second, man. Times is taking overtime right now, so I'm willing to do what it takes for us to get our guys over the hump. I think I heard landlord sneak this and Brian Schottenheimer, man. What you doing, bro?
Shit, that's what I do, nigga.
You
You know,
still on
I
that,
got a
bro?
PhD in that.
You still
I got a
sneak this
PhD.
on me, dog? You saying
That's what
what
they
you
hired
doing?
me for. They hired me.
Why
I
you
ain't want to
sneak
tell
this
y'all.
on me, dog? What you want me to do to you, dog?
but now, boss, I got a bone to pick with you. Cause
Oh man.
you already said you was an ex-salesman. You just sold me on Durante. I don't like that shit. I'm gonna have to fight back. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
find something I don't like about him. You ain't gonna sell me. Nah, I don't like it.
I am gonna sell
Nope.
you, man. That's my job. See,
Nah.
this is the thing. When you a true
That nigga a
professional,
master salesman.
no, listen,
Nah.
man. No, for real. When you're a professional salesperson, it's not about tricking anybody. It's about getting them to see what they need. You know what I'm saying? And when you
Yeah, you
can,
know you a deceiver. You know what I'm
that,
saying? Cause
no,
look,
no.
I ain't even
People,
bought it
people
yet,
tell
and he
people no.
said this is what you need. You
No,
know
no,
what
no.
I'm
Seriously,
saying?
listen, man. I come from a real professional trained sales program where most salespeople are looked at as manipulative. We're not trained to do that. Where I'm from, I graduated from the number one sales program in the country, so we are truly trained to seek out win-wins. I'm serious about that. I'm dead ass about that. Like, there is some manipulative salespeople to where they do stuff, and I call it tactics like they over promise and under deliver. I've been trained to under promise and over deliver. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
it just depends on how you train. So, and, people do be leery when you're a good salesperson because they don't trust you. They think you can mouthpiece them in. You know what I'm saying? They treat you like you a pimp, like you will talk about talk about their dollar. But it's like when I make a sales presentation, and reason why I was and still one of the best salespeople is because I truly find answers. And so my question to you is you can pay for this two ways, check or credit card. Which one you prefer?
He said, check
Very
it.
crazy.
Which one you prefer? Either one is a sale for me.
Mm-mm.
I ain't gonna lie though. I'm with Durante the most right now. He just took it over, but I wouldn't be mad at Christian Parker either. I
Yeah,
ain't gonna
I
hold
got some videos coming out on Christian Parker, man. I would just because I'm still doing my homework on all these guys, man. And we right here at the end. I got a video dropping in the morning, like calling it the final push. Um, and I looked at Parker, and there was some things that was kind of cool and impressive. It was cool to watch him talking shit to AJ Brown and going right at him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I did see another thing that kind of got my head spinning a little bit. I heard that he customizes his coaching to the player, and I actually saw him do that. He was talking to Quinton Mitchell. He said, "Do you want a two-hand jam or a one-hand jam?" Quinn said, "I want a two-hand jam, right?" And so
Mm-hmm.
he said, "All right, so if you go two-hand jam, then he said, this is how you turn out of that." And he customized it. And I was like, I ain't used to coaches doing that. Like, usually it's like they trust their technique and they go kind of try to mold you into exactly what they want you to be technique-wise.
Mm-hmm.
I really did see him customizing it. That was kind of, and it's like to
Special, ain't
me,
it?
yeah, and that was, and I might be old crusty like they say on the fan, like you know what I mean, where it's like, nah, man, what's your way? But I watched them customize it, and if you making our pros, it's like we might need to adapt our coaching styles to you. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Where you're molding, where you're letting the guys be comfortable, where you don't just pigeonhole them into a certain technique. Certain things you give grace on. That was different. I'm just being honest. That was different. I did hear some things that I loved when I was listening to Christian Parker. Like he was talking about what I talk about a lot is he was talking about staying on the upfield shoulder and playing, he said, under control with speed control. And that's the same thing I talk about. Like, you know what I mean? Because when I used to play, that was one of the most important things was being able to be what I call speed control. Now, if you're in a trail position, it's gonna put you in a panic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it gives the receivers the advantage. So, like, landlord know about stacking. If he stacks me or get in front of me and I'm chasing him and he stopped, I was in a panic. So where he'll stop quick, like because he was already anticipating it. It might take me like three steps, like
He done ran through the man.
Yeah. So listening to him talk technique, I felt great. Like technique wise, but this is where I think I want answers.
Mm-hmm.
I like your back end. I trust your back end. I like the way that he speak on camera. He say all the right things. Is he ready to have the front end discussions? Is he ready to have the back of discussions? Is he ready to get in that trenches and fix the run game? Like you saw my show today. Durante was talking about the 8 different fronts.
Mm-hmm. And he talked about why you use each one and what it's supposed to stop. And he had to get accustomed to that because he said he was at an HBCU. Like, man, we just got this. Like,
right.
we ain't used to all this over here.
Yeah. So,
but hold on, real quick. Let me get Made Man's super chat real quick. He hit one of my brothers. I don't know who he hit. He could have hit Boss. He could have hit Lou. He could have hit Landlord. I don't know. But he hit one of y'all with a 199. He just wanted to let all of us know that he appreciates y'all. We appreciate you too, kinfolk.
Man, appreciate you, OG.
Now, Boss, something I wanted to ask you because we were talking about this before you came in here.
Mm-hmm.
We can't wait for nobody no more, man. Like it's past the time to wait for people because I know that they like Jim, but Jim might be playing in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like they still could upset, New England and be gone, and he be holding up your shit and not even take your job over here. There are a lot of rumblings by him wanting to go back to Green Bay because he coached in the Wisconsin area for a while, as we know, right? So, in my humble opinion, you got 3 guys. It's Devontae Jones, the Parker, and Jonathan Gannon. Their guy.
Trash can,
yeah, trash can Gannon. You need to be speeding this process up because, like we were talking about, Senior Bowl is in 13 days.
I mean, that's amazing, bro. Like, it's amazing how we think the same, bro. That's one of the things my video is about that I'm finna drop in the morning is the timing and the stuff and why it's really honestly time to wrap this thing up. I don't play spades, but I heard people talk about it. Like,
hold on, wait, we ain't gonna speed past that. You don't play spades, nigga?
I know I'm a black man, don't play spades, bro. I swear. Yeah,
I'm not judging you.
Yeah, appreciate that. But anyway, but I heard people talk about it, the possibles and all that kind of stuff, and I don't want to butcher the terms, but it looked like you're trying to, where you got a certain amount of books in your hand, and then you got some possibles. That's what we kind of playing with right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but you got some, or let me just keep it simple to where everybody relate with this one: the bird in the hand versus the two in the bush. So you got 2 birds that you need to go ahead and wrap up. Like you can wrap up Durante, you can wrap up a Parker, and you can say, all right, let's build around them now. Let's get ready for the Senior Bowl. Let's start trying to identify what these guys want so we can go ahead and start getting our scouts to go look at that. Is Jim really worth it? Like, did Jim impress y'all that much to where y'all go put all y'all eggs in the Jim basket? Because if you do, you clearly saying that Jim was the easy and a better candidate than everybody you talked to, and you was just waiting it out. I don't believe he that tight. I don't. I don't believe nobody can interview that good on a virtual, especially when the reports are saying that they was really impressed with Durante. The only problem I had is that it says some.
Yeah, some were like, nah, who? Was it Shotty? If it's Shotty, I don't care about nobody else. If Shotty was impressed, I'm good. Because y'all be on whole shit, so I don't be caring what y'all
It's the same person. It's been 3 different fights. It's the same person. It's the same division. It's the same. I'm a man of patterns.
Yup, I'm a man of patterns.
On the Booker fight, it was
Steven
and Shotty. On the Pickens fight, it was Steven and Shotty.
And Jerry.
Like it's funny how Steven's on the other side of all the things that's none prosper for the Cowboys.
He was on the other side of Deion Sanders, so I don't trust it.
So he's all Like, damn, he got a very instinctive side he like to choose, man. Like,
Wrong
so
side of history,
yeah,
consistently.
Yep.
consistently on that side of history. I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? That's just me.
Oh, Cuz said don't feel bad, boss. He don't fool with spades either.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I bet you we on them dominoes though.
Spades. Y'all
Boom.
niggas don't play spades.
Nah, bro.
Boss and the core Owens. I'm a monster at spades. Don't say y'all.
Nah, you don't know how to
Y'all
play big whiz either, boss?
y'all is all
No, I don't
encompassing.
play none of those Negro games, bro.
Boy,
Oh yeah, I see
dominoes
what's wrong with
is the
you.
most Negro game in America. So I
You
can't even play it.
uncultured. You're uncultured. You have been a guy cussed out the barbecue. Get him up out of here. Don't let
Hey,
him come back.
hey,
I don't play spades.
And listen, you bet if you can't play spades, you better say that shit up front. Don't get your ass down there playing and you fucking folks game up. Oh man, the
All
nigga might get
right,
shot.
we going at you, boy. Cause look, you gonna get to talk like supreme shit if you winning on that table. Like
yeah.
I'm cussing out mamas, uncles, grandmas. Like, hey, get your ass off my table. That's how we talk. So, yeah, you don't want that kind of smoke.
No, I understand, man. That's why I call it a Negro game. You know. Um,
Yeah, I wouldn't be. I don't know. Like if they are even holding out hope for Jim, like I just find it weird. Like I'm the only person I'm holding out hope for is them big whales. Like how are you holding out hope for somebody who's not even a damn whale? Like if it's Flores, we're gonna stop this whole train and we're gonna wait for Flores. If it's Moores, we're gonna wait for Moores. You tell me we waiting for Leonard? You mean the guy who ain't got any DC experience, but we waiting on him?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just really frustrated with this process because we could talk about it like Christian Parker. Because my question, like, bro, what is so good about? I don't want to say what's so good about Christian Parker. I'm saying what makes him different from Al Harris because people were questioning Al Harris and that he's not ready, to lead a scheme. But Al Harris got more trophies on the wall. He's running circles around Christian Parker. You know what I'm saying? And he's been doing a lot longer, but he's not ready. I just like I don't know where does the contradiction. I smell a very eerie feeling.
Lou, can we just say what it is, man? Can we just say what it is? They don't like the nigga. You can't make them like Al Harris. They don't like Al Harris.
So if you don't like Al Harris, I don't want to hear you say anything about Christian Parker. By definition,
No, they don't like him on a personal level. They like his skill set. They like him as a coach. They do not like him personally. And when you do not like somebody personally, you do not want them to eat with you. Like bringing him back would mean you would be paying somebody that you do not like that. So that's why they're out here getting guys with similar skill sets. You know what I'm saying? That's how they rock it, how they coming.
very familiar. All the people they don't like. I guess they don't like Flores. I heard, or he don't fit. I don't know. But we like Gannon. We don't like all these other people, but we like Gannon.
and it's still upsetting because especially when you know the story of what happened with Durante. Like Durante told a story that when he was coaching, one of the receiver coaches and him wasn't talking, and it wasn't. But I told everybody that's natural. That happens. You know what I mean? They didn't talk to after the season because Durante squad was getting with his receivers. Uh, but at the end of the season, they got cool. And guess who was the person that helped him get one of his first jobs? The same dude.
Mm-hmm.
That points to Shoddy, man. It's like Shoddy, if you mad at Al Harris, you know what I mean, because y'all was likely on different sides of the ball, and that does happen. Coaches get to talking shit too. Like I'm gonna post a clip, obviously, where Christian Parker talking shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if you I can show you Christian Parker talking to AJ Brown, right? Talking shit to him, right? If I'm the receiver coach, I ain't gonna piss you off. Man, get off my guy, bro. That's my guy. Go get your ass over there with your DBs. That shit happens. But it's like when it comes to the bigger picture, West Coast, I know I tell you because he coaching. He coaching with his sons and stuff like that. I guarantee they be getting into it out there on the different sides of facets. You know what I mean? It happens. It's like we get some things you got to know how to let go for the bigger picture. It's like, yes, I would forgive Al Harris and all the sins and all our fights based on the assets that he bring, and it just showed we childish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, That's how they rocking. That's how they moving. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you got somebody like Christian Parker in here, like who's a good coach in his own right. You know what I'm saying? You know, made 2 All-Pros simultaneously. They still very young, but you know there is a good point that Star pointed out. Shout out to Star. It is more impressive that Al Harris turned, you know, Deron Bland 5th round pick into an All-Pro than it is you know Christian Parker turning top 10 and top 20 and top 40 picks into All-Pros.
Great point.
And then let's not leave out that Nashawn Wright had more interceptions and more than the All-Pro. So y'all got the All-Pro by title. Al Harris got the All-Pro by production.
Mm-hmm.
And to your point again, with a 3rd rounder with Nashawn Wright,
and they said he was a reach. They said he was a
reach. Yep. So, yeah, man, the Al Harris resume is better. I mean, yeah, but Christian Parker is good. But to lose point, you know, it's the hypocrisy of judgments that get on your nerves. It's that when it's Al Harris, we don't want him, we don't like him, we're not gonna push for him. But I like Christian Park. They're like, Ross, I hate y'all, bro. It's like, when we gonna be consistent in our judgments, bro? There's no consistency, you know, on how we grade cats and grade coaches, or grade players. It's like we show grace to a guy over here, and then over here we knocking them down. It's like, I just want us to get out of this pet cat mentality where we develop this pet cat like we do in the draft, and now all of a sudden we can't see no wrong with them, and then everybody else that you try to make a case for, you just super nitpicking their ass, just aggravating.
Yeah, when you make predetermined decisions, shit like that happen. Wes, can you hear us, man?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, man. You just came in. We up here talking about the DC search and shit, man. And we were particularly talking about why they haven't even reached out to Al Harris and shit. You know, because he's one of the most qualified guys, you know, out there. And of course, you know, they can do it now. You know, because his team just got eliminated. They could do it in person right now with him. But what you think? Why the reason why they ain't reached out to Al Harris?
The beef.
I mean, keep it 100. The reason why they not reaching out to him is probably the reason why they didn't reach out to him the first time. Reason. I mean, Al was already here. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why Al Harris got out the building was, I believe, they believe that Al Harris didn't support the defensive coordinator that was currently there, and because of that, I think that he had his demise. So I think whenever you leave Dallas, when it's non-football reasons, then it's not going to be no football reasons going to bring you back. So, I mean, you know, I think that ship is sailed, you know, I mean, and plus, like, the Cowboys don't like egg on their face. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think anybody likes egg on the face, but the Cowboys definitely don't like it. You know what I mean? So, you know, not too often do I think they're going to, you know, make a mistake, let a guy go over there, have success, and then try to bring him back. You know what I'm saying? And then when he do come back, you already know the Cowboys going to want that Cowboy discount, because you know why? Because, you know, Al, we was the first ones to take a chance on you. You know, you were sitting out there in the gutter, out there in Green Bay in the gutter in the cold, and we brought you in and we gave you a pillow, and then the whole world saw you. And now you're all famous, and now you want to charge us more money. You know what I'm saying? That's Jerry Jones, bro. That's Jerry Jones, bro. So he'll never get the value that he wants in Dallas. So, you know, and to be honest with you, I personally don't want anybody that has dreams of being anything more than a defensive coordinator for the next 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Because we need the same defensive coordinator for the next 5 years. So, you know, I'm not saying we need someone that's going to sacrifice their future for us, but I need someone that's just willing to be faithful to us for the next 5 years so we can develop players and do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? Or else we just going to be in the same boat. You know what I'm saying? Getting a defensive coordinator that wants to be a head coach, guess what? He's going to have every opportunity because, you know, this is the whole thing about the Cowboys defense is we're really not the worst defense in ever in football. Because like we have good players. So if you get a good defensive coordinator, it's probably only going to take him about a year and a half to get the defense back cracking. And then guess what? When the defense get back cracking, all that is shown on all these primetime games, and now that defensive coordinator is the top name for a head coaching job. So now you back in this exact same struggle a year and a half from now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we don't need the big name because we need the longevity that comes with someone that's going to be here. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I think go get somebody in college. Go get somebody in college that not necessarily needs to prove themselves, but our defense, we don't need a guru. I don't even think our defense is so bad where we need the best guy available right now because we have good players. And to be honest with you, a lot of our reason why our defense, I say we got good players, but then I'm about to contradict myself when I say this. A lot of the reason why our defense wasn't good is because we don't have good players. You know what I mean? So it's like, bruh, first off, that ain't a coach's job. That's a GM's job. You know what I mean? Like the coach's job is to coach the players you give me. If they all trash, I'm going to coach some trash-ass players. That's just what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? And then they want me to be a magician. Come on, bro. That's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? There's only one Jesus, and he was a Cowboy fan, but I don't know what he's doing right now. You know what I'm saying? I think he with the Patriots. I ain't even going to lie. But I digress. The Cowboys need to go to the college ranks. You need to go find a young guy who can relate to these guys, because these older guys are not relating to these younger guys. They're not. There's a huge disconnect between a 70-year-old man that's supposed to be talking to me every day, 60-year-old man that's supposed to be talking to me every day, and a guy that's 22, 23 years old in the league. You know what I'm saying? So we need to be able to have that connect. And that connect is going to come with a young college guy who also, because you got to think, I don't want a guy that's trying to prove himself to be bigger than what he is. I need a guy that's low-key in the same thick as these dudes on my team, that if y'all niggas don't get it together, we gonna fire off y'all ass. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes, I think they'll help with the Micahs, they'll help with the Trayvon Diggs, but they not gonna really help with the little dudes. Why? Because them dudes ain't gonna get them a job. You know what I'm saying? It's the Micahs with the 50 sacks is what's gonna get me a job. So I need a guy that's reputation is more about, not even his reputation, that it's more beneficial for him to come to the Cowboys and do what he do versus somebody coming to the Cowboys and using us to get where he want to get. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of that, bro. Like I'm tired of that. I'm tired of coaches using us to, like Dan Quinn. Like Dan Quinn was useless. That was useless. We literally, if you think about it, Dan Quinn set you back because you drafted a whole bunch of players who never even got to develop for him.
Well, this the thing, though. Like, with the way that the modern NFL is, guys aren't staying 5 years no more.
Right.
That's
Like,
why that's why you got to put and that's why I said you got to go to, that's why I'm not even looking for NFL guys right now. I'm going to the college.
Even the college guys,
but it'll take longer though. It'll take long. I agree. Listen,
it took 2 years for Mentor. I'm just saying, Mentor just came here from Michigan.
Jesse Mentor came in,
and he finna have a head coaching job right now, just after 2 years. Like, they do not care no more.
I believe it, but it's the one. It's like this. I believe. Listen, there's always the one-offs. There's always going to be, but it's like if you get a guy that's in the NFL right now, there's almost a chance he's gone next year. You know what I'm saying? At least you get 2 years out of a college dude. You get a dude of Brian Flores, man. You get Brian Flores, bro. That dude, man, he gonna have the defense gonna be cracking. And then interviews gonna get, man, by week 14, he gonna be, Brian Flores has gotten reviews for the such and such and such and such and such and such. Bro, there's gonna be like 9 teams. Because you gotta think right now, there's 8 teams right now that are gonna hire coaches. Out of them 8 teams, probably 5 of them will actually make it to their second season. So that means 5 of them teams are gonna be like, damn, we passed on Brian Flores. Let's go get him now. And that's what happened with Dan Quinn. Let's think about this. Dan Quinn, think about this. Dan Quinn was turning down jobs after year 2. But he was turning down jobs.
Yeah, but Wes, you didn't like them 12-5s. You didn't like them turnovers. Like,
no. I do. But listen
real quick, because then also like, and then Flores, not a head coach after what he did with Minnesota, he blackballed my brother.
He might not ever get a head coaching job.
Yeah, he blackballed. That means he gonna likely be with us for the whole duration of his contract. You can't be more hotter than he is resume wise. So if he come over as DC, I don't know why we assume like just that he go now be hot. You can't be hotter than what you
know. You wanna know why? Because you ain't nothing more hotter than being hot in Dallas, and we all know that. Like, come on, bro. Don't nobody give a damn if you the man in Minnesota.
Yes, they do.
Bro, I know they don't. Listen, you see 2 games in Minnesota. What you do in Dallas is like 3 times. Like, we're not even going to try to say TV power is the same in
Hold on.
Minnesota.
And
It's
Wes,
not. And think
no,
about this.
Wes,
Think about this. That's part of the reason why
I'm
he's.
not turning down being great right now because I just want somebody long term, bro. Like.
Oh yeah, I'll take him.
Yeah,
Because we got a short window with Dak, bro. If we can get like the best now, you get him. And like, I ain't worried about 2027 and 2026. Like, let's get 2026 popping. And when you can get the best, and then it's the other part. If you get Flores, you might get Deontay with him. You get like 2 big stones. You get like so it's like we are, and then I can't rock with that. Not after looking at Vrabel, not after looking at Ben Johnson. It's like we swinging too low. Like swinging high is what got these cats that got like New England was win 4 games, and all of a sudden they finna fuck around and go to Super Bowl.
They won 14.
Hey, boss, I 100% agree with you, but you know what all those teams did when they got those defensive coaches? They went in on free agency. Listen to me. If we go get Brian Flores with the same mindset we have right now, Brian Flores is going to be looked at as a bad defensive coach this time next year. That's what I'm saying. Because listen, everything, because all those coaches, also Brian, all those teams were supportive of that defensive coordinator. We don't really support our defensive coordinator. What we typically do is we go get a big name defensive coordinator and then go get him a bunch of trash players and say, hey, we want to see if you can really do what you said you can do in that interview. Like, we don't ever really match good talent.
With Dan
we don't match good
whole draft. We put our whole draft pretty much on Dan Quinn, bro.
Man, listen, I'm thinking about what we can do in the next 6 months. Do I think there's a defensive coordinator that's going to come in here in the next 6 months and fix this defense? No, I think it's going to be players. I think it's going to be players that's going to fix it. That's what I believe. So since I believe it's going to be players that's going to fix it, Dallas, you can get a Brian Flores, but man, if I'm Brian, listen, can somebody tell me why I would want to come to Dallas if I'm Brian Flores? Why would I want to come to Dallas?
So what you said. I mean, you made that case at first.
You a spotlight on the sun.
Okay, so then guess what? So think about that.
You hotter when you in Dallas. So if you didn't get your DC job out of Minnesota, when everybody know you the scariest thing popping, when there's all kind of reports out there saying that you the one that got all these coaches confused all the time, right? I mean, coaches and quarterbacks confused. Then you might want to try your luck in Dallas. To your point, because you saying it's the best place to be hot. That's why I would come.
Y'all think we can fix our defense in 6 months?
We did it with Dan Quinn.
Well, we did it with Dan Quinn.
Well, then I'll support it. But if we can't listen to me, if the Cowboys don't show me that they're going to fix it with free agents and right now, then getting Brian Flores is not going to be the good fix. Because it might get you good this year, but you'll be in the same boat next year. You'll probably be in worse than the boat when he leaves, because when he leaves, you'll be starting all over again. My thing is this: we need to develop some guys, man. And I feel you on the Dak Prescott window. I feel it. But at the same time, shoot, I'm screaming, you need to draft a quarterback this year too. Why? Because I know the Cowboys don't want to renegotiate with Dak's agent again. I know they don't. So, like, to be honest with you, they got to explore that too. I'm low-key looking past Dak right now. I think this year showed me that they're not going to – man, what they did this year was the most they've done for any quarterback since my kids have been alive. So I don't think they're going to do much more for Dak. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. So it's like it's hard for me to believe that they're gonna go all in. So that's why I say you got to develop. We got to start developing. I think I'm not saying that our window of chance is over, but I'm just saying we need to develop. Because we don't do good on these building a team and try to get it this year type stuff. We don't do good on that. All those teams that you said, they were all willing to spend the money. Like, what people don't understand is these seasons that Detroit did all that because they spent the money. We got to spend, if we're willing to spend the money like these teams, then yes, I can 100% think and feel like that. But man, if we bring, and I'm going to tell you, if I'm Brian Flores, I need triple the page you're going to challenge anybody else. Because I know for a fact you ain't about to put no defensive free agency on this team. I know for a fact, and I'm going to tell you this right now, Brian Flores, as a man and as a man of color, If you let Jerry lie to you and tell you he about to drop millions of dollars on this free agent when history says he didn't, that's on you if you take this job and you fail. Because the real cold facts is, man, they don't even mess with the defense like that. They didn't even mess with Micah like that to even bring him back. Now, if you was going to the offense, oh, yeah, they'll go trade for a Perkins. They'll trade for Amari Cooper. But, boo, what are we bringing to the defense? We let half the defense walk. Not Cooper. We got nothing for D-Law. We got nothing for Micah. We got some picks. Yeah, we did. But we got nothing that can help us this year. We got nothing for Diggs. Like they don't really mess. How does our defense go from the worst defense in the NFL 2 times in 3 years? That's an ownership problem. That's an ownership. And then think about this. The last thing, Nashawn Wright he was on our defense. He wasn't good enough. Well, he played today. DeMarcus Lawrence, he was playing on defense today and for a team. You have 7 players that are former Dallas Cowboy players that played in the playoffs either last week or this week that are all on defense, including Trevon Diggs, who we said wasn't good enough. So that's why I say, if I'm Brian Flores, whatever they offer me to go to Dallas, give me 3 times as much. Because if I can make a mess out of this, I'm Jesus. And guess what? I deserve a head coach job. If you can come to Dallas and you can make this a good defense, knowing that Jerry is not going to help you and he is systematically going to do everything to put you in behind, oh, yes, you deserve a head coach job. He's selling himself short if he stays a defensive coordinator, if he comes here and do that. Because think about this, before the Dallas Cowboy defensive coordinator even took a snap on defense, they traded Micah Parsons. God, I feel sorry. Listen, Matt Eberflus, you should have quit then. You should have quit right then.
Nate Brown said Patriots spent $290 million on free agency. He will agree to your point that they spent some money.
And guess what? The Cowboys ain't going to do that. So that's why I'm saying, that's why I don't even want no big-time coach to come here. You want to know why? Because it's going to be a stain on your resume. There's going to be a stain on your resume. There is nothing. If you look at Dan Quinn, Dan Quinn, what positive came from him talking about he went to the Cowboys? What positive? What positive came from that?
We won 36 games.
Yeah, but defensive coordinators, that's a head coaching stat though. He don't get a credit for that stat.
You said what good came from. I'm talking about for the team. I'm talking
I'm talking about for him though, because remember this is a job for him. He gonna pay his own bills.
He the one.
You gotta.
He had just got fired, so he cleaned up his name.
Yeah, he cleaned up his name.
He cleaned up his name coming over here. So
and he did what?
Shit, got a head coach job out of it.
And then
rated us. Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Think about this, and then listen. I'm still here.
Okay.
I just don't think the Cowboys are going to do everything they need to do to fix it in 6 months. I don't believe they're going to do it. So since we're not going to fix it in 6 months, let's fix it in 2 years. I'm sorry. I'm not saying I quit. I might just be accepting some of our fate, man. I don't believe the Cowboys have never proven to me that they care about this year so much and that they're so mad at what happened last year that they're going to revenge. What did you talk? Having the year of his fucking life, dog. Dak was having the year of his life, dog.
Hold on, I gotta stop you and get the money. Because I'm gonna keep letting you talk and I'm gonna keep letting you cook. Because DeCoy Owens with the 10-piece said Shotty preaches competition between the players, but he doesn't want it between the coaches. That's why I feel Harris isn't gonna that call. He relates to the players because he played the game.
Damn, that was a chat. We might need to send him $2 back. Hey, I'm going to the store. You need anything? Let me know. Keep it under $12.
He says, send
Keep it under $12.
Well, I'll tell you this: because the reports, I say this: the reports were that Shotty and Al don't see eye to eye. If Shotty is being petty in his personal feelings or keeping Al Harris away from the Dallas Cowboys, I don't look at him the same way. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at Shotty the same way I did. If it's a Jerry Jones thing, keeping Al Harris out of Dallas, then I might let Shotty make it. But if it is Shotty's decision that why this man don't even get an interview, then I have an issue with that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're supposed to be doing the thing that's best for the team. If you think that Al Harris being here, because listen, he's barely getting DC. Because listen, I like Al Harris, and He's somebody like what Wes talking about. You think Al Harris gonna get a head coaching job in a year? Like he probably be, like him and Arante probably be somebody that can stay here like 3-4 years and build a defense up. You know what I'm saying? They could probably be like defensive coordinators. They here for that time frame. You didn't even call the man in, and boss. Some of the young dudes, like it might take 2 or 3 years. Like that is the window. Like that's how long that we gonna have these people. Mm-hmm. So like somebody like a Christian Parker will probably be here for Dak Prescott's window. Somebody like Durante, who we love, would probably be here for the window. Somebody like Al Harris would probably be here for the window. Like Jonathan Gannon might retire a goddamn Dallas Cowboy. That's how bad he is. Nobody want to touch that nigga. But like they are really looking at people. They ain't gonna get snatched though. But I also think they're highly qualified though. I think they wanted them. I don't think that it's one of those things where you should even worry about the thing. You know what I'm saying? You should just get the best people.
Let me just be all the way blunt and frank on a couple of things.
Talk.
Al Harris make the most sense because of
He does.
the way most people view men like him.
Yep.
Like people that got your hair, they don't promote
Yep.
almost
Yep.
anything. The NFL is so stupid ass image based that that's why you see so many black quarterbacks drop in the draft for no damn reason, because these owners are always trying to get the ideal guy that can be the face of the franchise, and then they go try to get the guy that looks good in front of a Pepsi or a Dr. Pepper. That's why Lamar dropped. Like it wasn't played that well he dropped. Most of these owners couldn't imagine somebody with his type of demeanor, you know
Profile,
what I mean, speech, being the face of their team. So for people that want longevity, you want the guy over there with the long hair. You see what I'm saying? Because owners don't want they too corporate. So like if you're a football organization, you run to what other organizations run from. One of the first people to do that was for the Oilers. And he what was his name? Talked about it today.
He said for the Oilers.
Yeah, he targeted black quarterbacks. He was the first to go after Moon. Then he got old boy from Alcorn.
McNair.
Steve McNair,
Yeah, it was I forgot the owner name, but he was for the Oilers. He clearly was targeting black quarterbacks. You know what I mean? So like
is it Daryl? No. That's not it. Hold on. Houston Oilers owner. I'm gonna find this shit.
find it because I talked about it today. Like he literally, and then he got Vince Young. Like he went, and guess what? He hit
Moody?
all of,
His name was Moody.
No, it wasn't Moody.
It was Moody? Okay.
It
I'm
wasn't
gonna stop
Moody.
guessing.
Yeah, he go find it though. He and it. But they wasn't Bud Adams. You go find it though. If you look at the owner that went off the moon, it's gonna pull right up. Bud Adams. Thank you. Somebody told me in my chat. It
is Bud Adams.
Yeah, Bud Adams. So it's like, you want to target the ones that these corporate owners, because they trying to get it all. They want production and they want the Josh Allen look. You know, and we gotta also realize, on a business, I kind of understand why, because the majority of people in this country white. So you want the face of your franchise white, because that's gonna likely get more support from the people that you want to buy tickets. And I'm just talking about business. You see what I'm saying? You know, like, and they trying to get it all. You know, they want that. I'm just being honest. That's what they want. You know, so yeah. So I would use the Bud Adams strategy, and so that's one thing. Another thing I would say in terms of like, this DC stuff, we just got to just stop being just like scary, man. We got to really go out there and swing for the fences. Our fans don't push for swinging for the fences. Like we are acting like we are just okay that the fact that they ain't interviewed and targeted Schwartz Morris. Because if you really, 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 really want the long-term qualified coach, you ain't gonna get a second chance. It's more.
I'm finna
It's
say
Morris.
I'm finna say him and Jim Schwartz. Jim Schwartz been in DC
Yeah.
with the Brown for 57,000 years.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
if they,
I
especially
wouldn't-
Morris.
especially-
Look what they just did. You fired Morris to go with Kevin Stefanski.
that shit is wild. Like they got a worse coach.
Yeah.
You got a clear worse. What does that tell you about opportunities for us as black men?
And they
It's
hired
like-
Olbrich, listen, man. They hired
And then he finished hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
finished hot.
Won four to final
Olbrich.
five.
So that mean those men didn't give up on him. So you gave him 1 year to turn around Atlanta, and he didn't. And so you said you done with him. But yet he a Super Bowl winning coach. He's a very, very articulate man. He's somebody that can easily lead a franchise, has some of the best presence, and is very innovative. You know, that's your DC right there. Like if Wes, you want a guy for 4 or 5 years, that's your guy. Especially because sometimes you want those guys that's like, listen, I'm tired of trying this head coach shit. That's not for me. Let me go ahead and ride out the rest of my career just doing a good job. The same thing that happened with what's the coach that we had that Jason Garrett took?
Wade Phillips.
Wade Phillips.
He ended up being a
Phillips,
DC the rest of his career.
he started being a DC, and he was a former head coach. He was like, man, I'm tired of them running me out of that. Let me just do what I'm good at. That's where Morris at right now. That's the perfect fit for what West Coast said.
Unless Morris' wife is like my wife, and she be on the internet looking at all these purses and stuff, and then, you know, I'm just saying, these women, man, they'll change your whole horizon. Because, you know, men, we be good in a one-bedroom apartment or an air mattress, man. It'd be a woman that'd be like, man, what you mean I got to have towels in my bathroom? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? But, hey, you know, can I say something? Because we've been on here for like an hour and 40 minutes. So at this point, I feel like everybody's listening, right? So can I say something? Can I just say something that's just grinding my gears right now that I saw that's football related? How the hell does Josh Allen get to go up there and I got to turn my camera on. I just feel
I let my team down.
my team now. And you know what? Me being the godly man, I was sitting here and I was just thinking like, Lord, give me something to say to Josh. But I want to be real when I say it, Lord. And you know what the Lord said? He said to type this. You did. What you talking about, bruh? You did.
He said you did let your team down.
Overs in 2 games, dog, in the playoffs, dog. You did let your team down. And what I hate is the whole media, because the whole media is wrapping themselves around that. They got players in the room talking about he didn't let us down. He didn't let us down. Yes, you did, dog. Yes, you did. I feel like I let my team. I wish Dak could just get in front of the camera and just stink it up after a playoff game at home, mind you, and be like, I just
Listen.
I just feel like I let my team down.
They would bench Dak if he cried in Dallas.
Bruh, they would have benched Dak after he threw the ball backwards. Listen, when Josh threw that ball backwards, I knew he was working for Vegas, dog. I knew he was working for Vegas.
Man,
But hey, man, it's all good. I know my quarterback don't. I just want listen to me. I just want my quarterback to have an opportunity to do some stuff because listen to me. Caleb Williams looked at dope today in the playoffs, but my boy Dak has done stuff like that. You remember Cole Beasley? Y'all remember the pass? They would freaking Post Malone made a whole song about it. Roll out, fourth down, throw it up, touchdown Dak. Wow. that he was talking about Dak Prescott. Like, man, bro, I just get my boy in a position where everything is on the line, and bro, man, it's just with a realistic defense, man.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad
Caleb
you said
Williams,
that.
how many times he turn over the ball to the bro, and that defense just kept giving him the ball back, kept giving him the ball back.
So, Wes, to your point, when we talk about the Dallas Cowboys defense, and this is why we talking about this shit to get this shit right, because this defensive coordinator going to be important. The Broncos, when they went out there and they beat the Bills, they forced 5 turnovers. The Dallas Cowboys have 5 turnovers in the last 7 playoff games combined.
Wow.
That's Dak Prescott's entire career. And listen, I was actually wrong because you see they had 2 forced fumbles. They actually didn't recover one of them bitches. They got 4 turnovers altogether, and then I gave the defense too much credit. One of the damn fumble came on special teams. You remember the special team when your boy recovered against the 49ers? Yeah. When Boss Man Fat recovered, that shit was on special teams.
His biggest play of his career.
The Dallas Cowboys defense actually only has 3 turnovers in 7 playoff games. In 10 fucking years, they forced 3 turnovers.
Hey, and mind you, we had a defense one year that had Trevon Bland with like 8 interceptions. Remember that? We went to the playoffs that year.
Yep. Both the years that we had a guy that led the league in interceptions was an All-Pro. You know, we made the playoffs. So that's why I'm really pushing to get this shit done, man. Like I'm seeing guys. Drake May turned the ball over 3 times, and nobody gonna say anything about it because his team won the football game.
Yep, and his defense kept giving him an opportunity to win the game. His defense kept giving him opportunities. What people don't understand too, Cuzzo, is listen, when you turn the ball, when you get a turnover, that is an extra possession. That means they gave him extra possessions. That's a possession. You can't score without a possession. You know what I mean? Like, you can't score without the ball.
And this is the thing that I want to add to that. People be talking about Dak is the reason we lost. He had 2 turnovers. Drake May had 2. He had 2 turnovers the first game. He had 3 this game. He got 5 turnovers to only a handful of touchdowns. He ain't lost a game yet in the postseason. Like we need a defense, dog.
You need a defense.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, defense can really hide you. It can really hide you.
Like Matthew Stafford is going to be the MVP, but guess what? That Bears defense had his ass running today, boy. Like the defense, like listen, these quarterbacks, they be elite, right? But your defense brings them, like they be the quarterbacks, they be almost like God status. I say it like this, right? But your defense brings them back down to like mere men. It brings them back to mere men where it's like now you're not immortal no more. Like you're not immortal. You can come. We're on our level now. And then I'm gonna tell you this also. You know what your defense does? And people ain't. I know y'all gonna feel me on this, but your defense allows your quarterback to not have to be perfect. Like, bro, you asking, and I know people like, yeah, at $60 million, he should be. Bro, no, these quarterbacks are not perfect. Why? Because everybody in the playoffs is good. There is not one bad team in the playoffs. As much as I don't like the Eagles, they were a good team. That's why they were in the playoffs. And guess what kept them in the playoffs? Their defense. Their offense was trash, bro. Their offense is the reason why they're not in the playoffs.
That's very true. Boss, how you feel about that, man? Because the Dallas Cowboys playoff defense has, it ain't been what it's supposed to be in these last however long Dak's been here.
Yeah, you got to fix the D. You know what I'm saying? I got a Super J say y'all saw CJ Stroud. It's. And then Dak is carried to different standards. Everybody else is held to human standards. He held to God standards. And I'm just doing a better job of kind of tuning out even those types to even try that conversation. You know what I mean? When I start seeing people like I went too deep in my research today on Durante Jones, and then somebody made a comment that was like, but he doesn't win when it counts. And I just said, I'm not going to even engage you. Like, I'm not, it's like all 4 of us are too serious to even engage people like that. Like, you are showing that you are very, very casual and surface. And it's like, that's an insult to me to even, and that's a waste of my time when we going super deep on what really, what it takes to win, and you over here blaming the DC for a team. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I told him quick. I said, nah, you on that Dak shit, and I ain't even engage it. Like, so it's one of those things to where that should be obvious, but it's not. And we just got to do, we got to do that. The thing that we got to focus on, and Lou gave the biggest warning. The biggest warning is that if we let this time run out because we're waiting on Jim, you can end up with nothing but Gannon. That's the biggest warning.
Facts.
Period. Because, and that's sadly what Jerry and them would want. Because Gannon, they like the Gannon types. They like the Gannon types. They like the ones that got no options, that need them, because then they get to then dictate. They get the co-coach, and they get you for a dirt cheap price. And then they get to go to the country club if they have any success and brag how they had better teams at a way better price. It's country club shit with them boys. So they trying to show we can win a Super Bowl cheaper than anybody. That's what they trying to do. That's what's scary, and that's why all the people, well, let's wait on Jim. You risking losing the birds in hand.
And you can lose Jim too. Like, why do folks act like Jim ain't got options?
You're right.
And like Jim is gone. I'm telling you right now, Jim. He going
to Green Bay.
He don't have enough money. Like, I'm be honest.
Fellas, but you know the sad part about this. You know the sad part about this is. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Your owner is not trying to pay no coaches. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I was just
trying to make $4.5 million,
which is less than McCarthy.
It is.
How do do that? Why don't they ask how much did the last guy make? Like, they don't Google this stuff.
It's not public. It ain't supposed to be public record. They keep that shit on the hush for a reason.
Right,
he don't have the leverage.
You still take 4.5 when nobody wanted you. Because
the Cowboys wanted me. That's who wanted me.
So go. What you gonna say? What you gonna say if they say no? We're not doing 5.
I mean, I'm not. Listen, I'm just saying this, man. The requirement for a Cowboy coach is so much more higher than like everybody else get to work like a black dude, but we work our coach like a Mexican, man. Like, you really gonna be coaching your ass off over here.
Yeah,
so it's like
when you ain't got no job, you gotta take it.
Yeah, I know, right? And the Cowboys know that. And guess what? And unfortunately, I'm not trying to be racial, but America has done the Hispanic people like that for a very long time.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, I gotta get the super chat from Hip Hop Culture, man. He said we tripping. Cowboys have no rings for past 30 years, but Jerry Jones will have
27.
2 with the Rams. Only a 4-year rebuild too. Shaking my fucking head. You know what? I hate Stephen Jones too. You remember how Stephen Jones tried to use the Rams and like you see they went all in or they bad. They right back.
They'll be broke. He said they'll be broke next year though.
They back.
Right.
They came back like Lazarus on your whole ass, man.
That's right.
What you talking about? I hate Stephen Jones.
And then he say everybody has their way of doing it. Like, you can't say that if you ain't doing shit. Like, you know, like I can see you can say that if your way win and then my way win. See, you can say Penn State won with their goody guys. You know what I'm saying? You can say Miami won with the gangsters. You know what I'm saying? You know when you say something like that, you know what that also means? That means that you don't care if that your way may not line up with the right way. That's why they're specifically saying everybody has their own way of doing it. But listen to me, if you're drowning in some water, everybody has their own way of trying to save themselves. But if your ass don't get some air, all them options is going to be dead. You know what I mean? Because you need what you need. You know what I mean? So, like, you can have your own way of doing it. But, bro, this is a world of results. If your way of doing it is not getting the results that we need, then your way is not the right way, bro. You can continue to do it, but that would be dumb. But I'm going to tell you the saddest thing. The saddest thing that in all this defensive coordinator stuff is, I'm going to tell you this right. What time is it? Today it's 9:30. What day is it? It's 9. Today is January 18th. January 18th at 9:13. I would bet all the money that I have to my name that Jerry already knows who his defensive coordinator is. And everything that he's doing right now is simply to support that decision. Whether that means he's dragging his feet to do this, or he's slowing to do that, or he's slowing to do this, man. Like Jerry, like it's almost like the Derrick Henry stuff. Like, we wanted Derrick Henry, oh my God, and they waited until, and oh my God, we weren't able to You know what I'm saying? Like, the Cowboy, Jerry is not a wake up and just decide to do something today type of dude. No, Jerry already knows who his defensive coordinator. As soon as they fired the dude that they did fire, they already knew who the next guy is. I don't believe that Jerry Jones does business that thing. I believe that he is the type where he fires a guy and already knows who his replacement is. Now, there are loopholes and things that he has to do. Yeah, he got to bring a black guy in here and interview him so he won't look racial, and he got to bring in a guy that with a leg that's short than another leg so he can get the disabled crew, and then you got to get a guy that's been in the military so he can get the military people. Like, Jerry know everything he got to do to make the movie look good, but at the end of the day, you're gonna get
Howie Mandel from Simapabubas Day State as your defensive coordinator, the exact same way we ended up with motherfucking Schottenheimer. How did that happen? We had all these great names for head coach, and then all of a sudden I'm waking up to dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. The Dallas Cowboys are bringing in Schottenheimer, and I'm like, Schottenheimer, and he's on our team already?
I'll be listen. I know we mad at the thought of Jonathan again. How would y'all niggas feel if White Cotton was the pick?
Hey, I feel close to where I'm feeling about game. Not gonna lie.
I would just be in a I don't know situation because we fucked up and didn't give him a trial run. So it'll be wait and see, and it'll also be with me. I need to see what your staff look like before I kind of know how to even feel. You know what I mean? I would just wait and see the staff come together before I make my judgment with him. Because I really felt like he deserved the chance on what he did in terms of helping stopping the run. Because he was making decisions and making moves even before the Quentin Williams, like the bare front and stuff like that. He was showing that schematically he was doing things to help stop the run. And then Shoddy praised him and said he's a great salesman and he's 3 for 3, meaning everything that he said worked.
Worked.
The only thing that I hate is that them edges look trash, so we don't know where they came from. We don't know if they came from Evil Flus or was that him, because it was his crew, So I would immediately start then pressuring, just keeping it real. I would start pressuring for an edge coach. You know what I mean? We need somebody
Specialist.
a specialist. Like, I just be out frank and say I don't trust him based on what I saw previously. We know Donovan Ezeraku had a real big bag coming in, a first round bag, and it didn't look like shit.
And we're looking like a damn thing.
He look, in terms of pass rush moves, you didn't.
That man had a bull rush and I don't know what else. That's it. They had him in bull rush.
And then the worst part is all of them just had a bull rush. It was like it's like somebody told y'all to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I would have big question marks, but I will wait and see.
I got one more name to ask you about, and it's I already asked Lou about it because he ain't been fired yet.
Mm-hmm.
Sean McDermott, if they end up, whacking him because of the shit that happened in this last playoff game. Because he's the kind of guy that is a Jerry Jones kind of guy. He's a former head coach. He'll be somebody that's downtrodden at this point and will be needing to rebuild his image. So, there's rumblings that he could be out the door as soon as tomorrow. So, how would you feel about Sean McDermott? Is that an upgrade over Jonathan Gannon, or you not sure? Because I haven't looked that deep into Sean McDermott.
Me either, man. I'll be shooting in the dark.
Yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there because, like you said, when they drag their feet for shit like this, because I feel like if Jeff Ulbrich was allowed to lead, they would have spun the block on that. You know what I'm saying? But it's being reported he's going to stay with Atlanta, and he's not going to be able to test the open market. They want to keep him. So,
goodbye. I'm sorry.
No, you good, man. So I'm just trying to be wary of anything, man. With a defensive-minded head coach is on the verge of getting fired, my antennas are up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, my question to you, boss, was this. Because we keep on bringing Shotty's name up. Who do you think Shotty's pushing right now?
I have no doubt he pushing Durante.
Okay.
I have
so
no
that
doubt.
then to be honest with you, if the Cowboys are doing fair quality business, that should be your defensive coordinator.
Right, and that's what's scary. It's scary.
So then you want them to go against what he wants then to get a different dude?
No, I want them to get Durante, but I noticed something at the end of the season.
What's that?
At the beginning of the season last year, Jerry came out and he contradicted Shoddy openly. Okay? Where Shoddy was talking about competition being a core center of his
belief system.
Yeah, his belief system. And, Jerry, him, he fucking co-coach. So he contradicts him right there to his face and say, because they asked him, are you going to just start Booker? And he was like, nah, everybody got to earn it, man. You know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 blah. That's what Shotty was talking about. And then Jerry was like, well, if you bet on somebody, then, you pretty much go play them. And, it's just common sense. And Shoddy had all this kind of nervous energy. He was drinking water that wasn't in the water bottle. He hated it. You could tell he hated that answer. And then the next conference, he came out there by himself. And for the rest of the season, he took the press conferences by himself. What are we starting to see now? What are we seeing now? We seeing that three-headed monster back up there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Steven and Jerry and Sean.
yeah, so it's like now it's like they are starting to do what they typically do. They give you year one of rope, and then year two, they start inserting themselves. And so, like, ain't nobody with nobody with common sense in any form. And like Lou always said, if you're a person of pattern, you know Gannon is not a shoddy guy, bro. The fact that he punched his player on the sideline and Shoddy all the way preaches about, you know what I mean, having real care for your players. Like, he really believes that. And he talk about high energy and stuff like that. And you see Gannon and he's awkward and weird. And everybody knows it. The fact that he even a candidate, it's like, bro, you know, it's scary. Like, I'm afraid. Like, I'm afraid that Lou is gonna be right. And that's why all the people that's over pushing Jim, you playing a dangerous game. Because Jim ain't gonna want you, first of all. But if all of y'all, let's wait it out and see what's gonna happen. Y'all playing right in the Jerry and Stevens' hand. Because then if Denver and them lose, he gonna mess around and go to the Giants, so he gonna go to Green Bay, where they gonna pay him more money than Jerry cheap ass. And then Dallas and them gonna look around and say, oh, damn, oh, Durante, he's gone. He's went to Pittsburgh. Oh.
Bring in Chad Stukanaba from a Sycamore State. I'm telling you, that's who they got.
And this is the scary part. Go look at all the local reports, man. Go look at. You can tell who they pushing. Just go to the Fan. Go look at their thumbnails. You go see mainly two people on them things.
Jim Leonhard and
Gannon. Go look at Blogging and the Boys. They just did an article. And in the article, it said that the Dallas are trying to go get a DC that gave Dak problems. The face they put on there was Gannon.
And that's not even the nigga that really messed him up.
Right. It wasn't even Gannon that messed him up.
Fred Warner. Dak has a Fred Warner problem. He ain't got no damn DC problem. He has a Fred Warner. Dak's issue is good linebackers, and guess what? There ain't too many in the league, so you ain't even got to do a whole thing. You know what I mean? How many people got a Fred?
I'll say this though: the Vikings was the one that he talked about. Gave some issues.
The Vikings was the ones that he specifically said gave him problems. So why didn't y'all have Durante on there? It's likely because Jerry already said that he uses the media. He said that. So. This is what he does. This is not saying that the media, they're being water carriers. They taking phone calls. They hearing stuff from front office. They getting calls and like, hey, and they trying to get leads. So they'll say, who y'all looking at? Well, our top guys inside is Jim and Gannon.
Yeah.
And they keep pushing those guys. We looking at Jim and Gannon. So guess who they putting out there on their thumbnails and stuff? What they're hearing the most. So it don't mean they being water carriers, but it more so says that likely they're being fed these leads and they trying to be ahead of it. Like anybody would do that's in journalism. They'll be like,
you want to know why? And boss, you want to know why? Because of guys like you, and because of guys like Henny, and because of guys like Law Nation, and because of guys like myself, because there's actual competition, dog. Like the days of them just saying, oh, we got a source. Nah, now you got to think like this. That if you can get this like 106, and they had to do something with Jerry Jones, because it's like, look, bro, you got guys like Boss Cowboy that's almost getting the same information and they don't have a source. Y'all got to do more. So if you notice, it ain't even leaks anymore, bro. Like they're literally telling us, like even with the draft is freaking scary. The Cowboys gonna end up getting in trouble because how the draft show know exactly who the Cowboys gonna draft almost every year now. Want to know why? Because if the Cowboys have a draft show that only has 15 people watching, but Boss Cowboy got a draft show that got 300 people watching, and he don't work in the building, there's a problem, bro. There lies a problem. And they're all on the same TV show. They're all on the same TV channel. What? YouTube. So guess what? All they're doing is spicing the punch now. Like the reason why the Cowboys got to do this is because we're on their ass. So 106, they got to have an edge. What edge do they have outside of Jerry Jones flat out telling them what he's going to do? What edge do they have over us? Nothing.
Shit. Real quick,
nothing, bro.
Real quick, Wiley Pass hit me with a $4.99 super chat. Cuz said they put Jim, Durante, and Gannon. Also think it'll end up being Jim, Durante, or Parker, in my opinion. I think we'll talk about the thing. I think you talk about on their YouTube page.
No, they don't. It ain't shit on there about Durante. And no, it ain't.
Unless they did it today. Unless they did it today, because I seen what you showed, because you had pulled up the shit.
Yeah, I pulled it up. Like it's Jim. Shit, it ain't nothing on Durante.
Man, how about
hold on, Wes? Hold on, I gotta say this real quick. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro. It's so bad. They had Durante on the title. Is Durante a good candidate? And they had Jim on the top. Hell, shit.
Yeah, because they're getting you familiar with their choice now.
Yep, that's what
That's why I said, like, the Cowboys. Whenever Jerry does something, he always puts like a little feeler out there, because people always say Jerry Jones don't care about what the fans do. Yeah, what the fans think. He does. Jerry Jones is a typical father, bro. Like, he does care about what his kids think, but in the end of the decision, he knows he has to make the final decision. You know what I'm saying? Now, Jerry's problem is he just makes the wrong decision all the time. But he understands that structure. And so that's why when we think about this, that year when we were talking about, we need more CDs. What did he do? He traded for Amari Cooper. This year, what did he do? Jerry loves giving us optimism. He doesn't like feeling like everything is gone and dead. Why? Because we have the highest season tickets in America. Like, there's nothing higher than the Dallas Cowboys. So Jerry knows he's always selling. So he always going to be listening to the nation. It's just that when it comes down to it, Jerry does what at the end of it's his castle, man. It's literally his castle. And I'm going to tell you, that's why there's always going to be imperfection in it, because we have way too many humans touching this business. Like, we need to go AI like all these other people. Like, listen, when you start using like numbers and using like stats and using statistics and stuff, you're taking human error out of it. The reason why we have so much human error and stuff is because we're literally looking at guys and being like, oh my God, he got 2 last names and he got glasses on and he wanted to be a Cowboy when he was a youth. He gonna be good. Instead of using analytics and stuff like that. That's why so many teams are going for it on 4th down now. Why? Because it makes freaking sense. The analytics says if you're past the 50-yard line and you're only 4th and 2, go for it. That makes sense. That's what the money says. The Cowboys we need to modernize the way we freaking think, bro. Because if we modernize the way we think, we wouldn't miss on so many of these draft picks, bro. Like, we have full draft classes that are misses, bro. Raise your hand if you went to a draft class where they drafted a bunch of kids that aren't even on this team.
I was there. I went to that shit.
Shoemaker is the only paid person on this team, bro.
This left. Because Marty Smith is gone.
Overshawn's still up, but he only played like 17 games.
Junior Fihoko is still here. Overshawn is a part-time football player. Eric Scott Ben got the fuck out of here. You remember when Eric Scott was a training camp darling? They said he was going crazy. We done found another one. No, the hell you didn't. No, you didn't. Man.
And I'm looking at it. There ain't shit on Durante. It's not one thumbnail. It ain't not one thumbnail Parker.
Now, I think Tyrone Church said he sent you one. Check your inbox. Unless they done took the shit down.
Well,
if you're Vegas, if you're Vegas, the money line is on what name right now for DC? Probably what?
Let me go look. Odds for Knicks, Cowboys, DC.
West to do be higher. No, what I'm saying is the Dallas Cowboys, I don't think they use analytics to make. I don't think Jerry Jones is really using analytics to make decisions. Why? Because analytics was not something that was available when he was used. I think a lot of stuff Jerry Jones does is off of a hunch. I'm just being honest with you. like the Trey Young, he basically said Trey Young was a hunch.
Trey
He
Lance.
basically said Trey Lance, yeah. He basically said Trey Lance was a hunch. And guess what? You're able to do that, like he said, when you own the team, when it's your team. That was his decision. Well, guess what? And think about this: Trey Lance would have probably been a better quarterback for our backup than the one we had this year.
Mm-hmm. So that's the argument I made about Jerry Jones being too involved. Mike McCarthy went to sleep and woke up with another quarterback on his damn team.
Yeah.
Remember, Jerry Jones said he ain't like when
he didn't even know. Mike McCarthy didn't even know.
Yeah, he said they asked him, "Well, did you talk to anybody? Like, who the hell I need to talk to?" That's basically what he said. They said, "Jim."
Well, that's what I'm saying. Do you honestly think an 80-year-old man is up late crunching numbers, bro? No. And I definitely don't believe that the statistics are making these great folders and binders and making these great stats and pie graphs and showing him the ratios, and then he go in there and is actually looking at this stuff. I don't believe him. I don't believe it. Because think about this. If that was the case, why do we have a fullback on our team still? What do the statistics say about a fullback if you're not the 49ers, bro? What does it say?
Probably when you need one.
Thank you, bro.
Hey, I wanted to do a cheap plug because I was finna do a video for the morning, so I don't have to do it in the morning.
Go ahead.
Knock it out.
You've been on the bit for damn near 2 hours. Go ahead.
I got a couple of special people coming out tomorrow. So we got Lord Brunson coming out tomorrow. And I've been doing a series with other content creators that been going like amazing. It's been amazing information, amazing insight. It allowed me to reorganize my board a couple of times because I got some great insight from talking to people that's real experts of the teams or the coaches that we're looking at. So we got one going on with Lord Brunson to dig a little bit deeper into Parker and then to obviously expose Gannon. Like, I already know that Eagles hate Gannon. Like, they hated Gannon even when they made it to the Super Bowl with it.
Mm-hmm.
I love Eagles fans. They so real.
They so real, bro. Like,
so real, man.
It's sad that I know this for a fact. If I was an Eagles content creator, I would have 300,000 subs. No doubt.
For real.
Because they like people who just blunt about what you need to fix. They don't need no sugar. They don't need no cream in their coffee. They go just drink that shit and they gonna be like, let's go. You know?
Hey, boss. And your name would be Sly Boss over there because you wouldn't have to be so professional.
Man, I could be Sly Boss, I could be gangster's hair, and they go.
You wouldn't have to be so professional over there.
Yeah. See, the Ravens, they like us. I realize the Ravens fan base like us. They want to hear sugar. They want everything nice. But Philly, you like, they'll
get on there and say our coach, our quarterback effing sucks. You'll be telling them, no. I've literally been on Eagle shows when I've been almost defending their player, where it's like, nah, bro, he actually a little bit better than that. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
They're like, nah, fuck that, nah.
He's fucking
hashtag for Durante.
Huh?
We calling him the Black Shotty. Somebody asked the hashtag. We calling him. He's the movement for Durante is called Durante the Black Shotty. Yeah, because we trying to make sure people know that he's basically a perfect Shotty clone. So we want to make sure we did that. Now, the other thing that I'm doing is because I want to dig into Gannon and I obviously want to dig into Parker from people who followed them and they can give us insight. We got videos and stuff coming like that. The biggest interview that I pulled is D. So D is a former player who played under Durante. And he the one that I've been pushing out his videos that he did an interview with Durante that just let out so much sauce. You know what I mean? So y'all make sure y'all show up at 8 o'clock Central. He actually took the interview at short notice. I just told him straight up. I said, Durante is not getting quality coverage in our local media, nor our content creators, nor our writers. I said, people not really discussing him enough. Hey, this would be a good chance for you to get some input on what he's done, as a coach and whatever. He said, shit, I beat her, which tells you a lot that how fast he took it. He has a YouTube channel and all of that. That's one. And then two, I'm excited for this because then we get to really look under the hood under Durante from a guy that actually was coached by Durante.
Mm-hmm.
that, you know, so I'm excited for that, and I'm gonna ask him some hard questions. I'm not gonna be easy on him. I'm not gonna make this a PR job for Durante. I'm gonna do like I've done with all of them. I'm gonna ask the questions to really get us under the hood, to really uncover who the next DC could be, which it should be Durante, because that's clearly who Shotty wants. So y'all make sure y'all come out and check that out, man. I guarantee that's gonna be a knockout video. I mean, live. Lou gonna be rocking it out with me because Lou was the one who actually pushed Durante before anybody. So it's just right that he be the person that actually double team this with me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all make sure y'all come out to that, man. I'm finna go ahead and knock out this video, man. It's much love until the next video, to the next live. It's your boy, Boss Showman. I'm out.
Indeed. And listen, we've been on here 2 hours and 15. We all finna get the hell out of here. We appreciate all y'all for sliding in here, supporting, showing love. On the way out, though, everybody up here got cash apps. You know, hit us with a buzzer beater like Michael Jordan used to do. Throw a couple dollars in there. Support your independent content creators, because nobody give it to y'all like this. We started randomly at 9 o'clock at night on a Saturday and gave y'all 2 hours and 14 of some premium Dallas Cowboys content, man. So yeah, 7 where you at, shit. So yeah, man. Make sure y'all support. Make sure y'all sub up. I'm almost at 4,000 subs, man. I need like 36 more people to get to 4,000 subs, man. So y'all show out. Y'all show some love. And Wes, what you be telling folks when we shut it down, man?
I be telling them, man, make sure you pay your electric bill. Make sure you kiss your mama. And you already know what it is. Never look down because stars up, people.